Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Friday. Hope you're looking forward to the weekend. I know I am. So today we're going to move on and we are going to start. It's kind of like the second half of Unit 4 is what we're going to start today. So we're going to start talking more about slope and y-intercepts and like how they apply in real world problems. So the first thing you need to do is actually there is an assignment posted on the modules page in Canvas, so at the very bottom of the page. But before we look at that, we're going to do some notes together. So you need to go, bell always rings in my videos. So you need to go to your journal, the one with the blue cover, find it on your Google Drive and open it. So pause the video here until you find your journal and then come back to the video. So hopefully you found your journal. We're going to be doing this Unit 4, Lesson 4, Slope and Y-Intercept. So this should be linked to slide 13. There it is. Now I'm going to zoom in. So we're going to fill this out. So remember, this is part of your major grade when we grade journals at the end of this 9 weeks. And I'm not giving you an example journal to compare yours to this 9 weeks. You have to have this filled in all on your own by watching my videos and filling in the journal as we go. So we're going to use this graph. So here's our little scenario here. So Adrian's a hairstylist at a new age salon, whatever that means. She pays a monthly fee to rent a station at the salon, and the graph below represents the profit she's going to make each month based on the number of haircuts she performs. So we need to know what a profit is. So profit is how much money you make after you've paid all of your bills. So think about it. If she cuts hair, she's got to rent her little station, her chair first. She's got to pay for that every month. And then what she makes for haircuts on top of that, after she pays that, that's going to be her profit. That's how much money she actually gets to spend on whatever she wants, not paying bills and things that apply to her business. So it says use the graph to answer the questions below. Okay, if Adrian does 21 haircuts, what is her profit? So this one, it's going to be real important to pay attention to your axis labels here. So they're telling me on my y-axis is profit and on my x-axis is haircuts. So when your axes are labeled like this, they become so important. It tells you where to look. So it says if Adrian does 21 haircuts, what is her profit? So look, they've given me haircuts. They want me to find profit. So I come over here on my graph and I find 21 on the X because they told me X is haircuts. And I want to know what her profit is. Well, it's got to be the other value on our line right here, right? So what's her profit then? Because here's my line. On the line, here's 21. That's my X value. What is my Y value there? Well, it's 150 bucks. That's her profit. So we're going to come over here and we would type, she's going to have $150 worth of profit. It says, what's the slope of the line? Well, to find slope, we got to rise and run. They've already marked 2 points for us, so that's handy. So maybe we would use those 2 points. So we're going to rise up to this point. Now, how far did we rise? Well, this is right smack in the middle. This is 0. I can see we're counting by 50s. So we must have risen up. See if we're down at negative 200 and we go up to 0. We had to rise up 200 and then I ran over 12. So I'm going to bring up my calculator. Remember, you have your calculator here. So 200 over 12, there's my rise over my run. And it gives me this decimal, which I don't want. So I come back and I hit the math button and then I hit enter. Enter. Well, there it is, 50 over 3. That's the slope of my line. So 50 on top, remember that's your rise, that's your y, over 3. Well, it says, what do the numbers in the slope represent in the context of the problem? Well, 50 is my y value because that's my rise, so that's profit. So that must be 50 bucks. And then the x is haircuts. Again, these labels are super, super important. So for every $50 she makes, another bell. Every 50 bucks she makes, she has to do 3 haircuts. So she makes $50 in profit for every 3 haircuts. Whoops. Now, that doesn't mean that you could say 50 divided by 3 and get how much she's charging for every haircut, because this problem is talking about profit. She's making $50 in profit. So that means she's probably charging more for the haircut. But like, let's say she charges $20 for every haircut. Well, some of that money has to go towards paying the rent on her chair. So she's making in profit $50. You just have to read our question carefully. What is the x-intercept? So remember, that's where you're crossing the x-axis. Boom, it's right here. It's this point. So my x value is 12, and my y value is, I don't go up or down any, 0. So it is 12, comma, 0. What do the values x, comma, y of the x-intercept mean in the context of the problem? So remember, x is haircuts, and x is haircuts, y is profit. So that means when she has done 12 haircuts, because x is haircuts, see how important these labels are? When she's done 12 haircuts, she has made how much money? How much profit? 0. 0 profit. So that's kind of her break-even point is what we call it. So that means that when after 12 haircuts, she has made no money. So all the money she charged for those first 12 haircuts, they must have gone to paying off her booth money at the beginning of the month. What is the y-intercept? Okay, so now we're looking on our y-axis. It's crossing here. So our x value is now 0, and our y value is negative 200. So 0 for our x, and then negative 200. I'm going to have to extend this thing out here. And you can move it over too if you want some. Scooch it over. So what do the values mean? Well, remember, this is haircuts, and this is profit. So it means when she has done 0 haircuts, how much profit has she made? She's made negative 200 in profit. So basically, when she starts out at the month, she's in the hole $200. Where do you think that $200 went? What does it say she had to rent? Yeah. So she owes $200. Whoops. Let me do it this way. She owes $200 a month in her booth rent. But she's got to pay $200 a month. That's where she's starting off every day, every month. She's in the hole $200 until she does 12 haircuts, and then she's paid that $200 off. Now we could see how much she actually charges for haircuts, because we know after she's done 12 haircuts, she has already paid, she's got all the money she needs for her booth rent. So we could divide 200 by 12 to see how much she charges for each haircut. That's not how much she's going to make. Remember that. Okay, so that's kind of what you're doing. So I want you to go back now, and I want you to do the bathtub one. See if you can figure this one out. Billy Bob has an ancient bathtub. We're doing the exact same thing. You're going to pay really close attention to your labels. He's draining his bathtub. It drains slower than the Dickens. He filled up his tub and then let the water drain out to see how long it would take to drain. The graph below represents the number of gallons of water remaining in the tub and the time in minutes. So see if you can fill this one out. It's very similar to this one right here.